Exozan was once brimming with disasters. The world was aflame, and it was all our fault. Now we sleep it away until the world's flame subsides, or until we die a frozen death. But alas, we awaken to the same realm, an Exozan without disaster. We will keep it that way, even if it meant the worst of us. Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode on the Colliding Worlds. Today we will be covering the Polistan Kampfers, an advanced civilization of the old world that has now reawoken from a long slumber. Let's begin. May the canvas of domain be painted in light, and as darkness cover cloth over our blight, make use of your prowess for dominance or fight. Overpower the foe, overpower with fright. The Polistan Kampfers, otherwise known as the Polistan Empire, are a militaristic superpower that is set on the goal of reclaiming what was once lost. What happens to be lost, you ask? No one but the Emperor knows, but many others take it personally close to themselves, literally and or metaphorically. Those that fight under the banner of the Polistan Empire have all lost something close to them, and many won't say what it is. Common causes could be a home or family, and they strive for revenge. It could be that they've lost themselves, and they strive for purpose, even if it's not a role on the battlefield. The Kampfers are a neutral faction that was once warmongering in the old world of Exozan. Their main goal back then was to unite all under a single banner and punish those who refused. It did succeed. There was peace, thanks to the war that ended all wars for the better. Or so they were led to believe. It was quiet for a moment. The sky turned dark and covered the old world in a layer of dirt and stone. The whole world was devoured. The ones trapped underneath put themselves into deep cryogenic sleep, or lived off what was left, while the ones who escaped settled in space nearby Exozan. Millennia had passed, but records of exactly how long had been lost. Remnants of the old world have been discovered by the people who lived above, and so the old world has awakened. Or at least some parts of it. Old world facilities are being found left and right, somehow being displaced from deep underground to near the surface. The people who discover these facilities are adventurers who thought these were simple ruins that they could explore and loot. The first of these to awaken were the facilities that were heavily damaged and forced the inhabitants to awaken. They are introduced to unfamiliar lands, confused about what to do. They wander this new land until they find each other. It is unclear how the Polistan Empire reformed, but they took over a large portion of the wasteland and slowly expanded beyond their borders, and liberated and conquered many territories under the Rose Queen's grasp. A maniacal tyrant who sought to recreate the great disasters, which destroyed the old world. After the Rose capital was sieged, the queen was presumably killed by the emperor himself. And after that, it was confirmed that not every facility is on Exozan. Time has passed since the Polistan Empire took control of an entire continent. They continue making allies across oceans and vast tracts of land. That is, until they find colossal pillars on both poles of the planet. One was within the border between Polistia and Holy Stia. Though they were reliable allies, therefore it was easy to gain access to that pillar for research. The other pillar, however, was within the borders of Darrington, and it was almost impossible to observe without causing aggression. The Polistan researchers were able to find many different sets of coordinates. They tried heading to some of these coordinates, but they all led to nowhere. It was then, when the pillar at Darrington was acting up, glowing and causing anomalies, that stirred up commotion. The Polistan researchers were fast to act and hurriedly recreated what the Darringtons had done to activate the pillar. And it worked. Gravity in the surrounding areas started shifting uncontrollably. Strong wind began flowing from every direction. And then it happened. A crack in reality. A rift in real space. Seconds passed, and many more rifts opened and closed. And then it calmed down. They were able to control these cracks in reality, and were able to input these coordinates to create new rifts. It was theorized that these rifts would lead to these missing facilities, and so they began dispatching personnel through these rifts, only for them to find themselves in completely different and unfamiliar lands yet again. Some encountered no trouble in their explorations, while other teams would never return, as exemplified by a disastrous first contact with the Bonewind tribe. But perhaps this is what they had truly lost, and what they must now search for. Home. If you enjoyed this video, thank you so much for watching. Huge shout out to Bastian for creating the faction and the artwork behind it. Links to both are in the description. And if you want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you on the next one.